What is up, everybody? That's here, and today I'm back playing some more Pokemon VGC Reg Wi-Fi battles. Today we're busting out big time with Choice Scarf FISSURE Groudon. I think Groudon's actually a really good mon in the format. Yeah, you gotta hit some not very active moves like FISSURE, maybe some high horsepowers, of course the good old-fashioned Precipice Blades. But I think Groudon is like good at like solidifying KOs. You bring it out in the mid to late game. They're not expecting the Scarf. You just dump truck that Koraidon, finish off those Shadow Riders. It's good into Zamazenta and stuff like that. I think Groudon is just a really cool mon if you have the right partners behind it. We're gonna be surrounding this FISSURE Groudon that's rocking like a full speed set with like a relatively fast Lunala as well. We got the Expanding Force, Meteor Beam. I like the Dazzling Gleam over the Moonblast so we can still do AoE damage. Even if there's not like you know, an entity on the board to enable our terrain, we don't really need Moonblast. I really like the D-Gleam here. People don't really account for it in their lines that often. Standard entity with like Redirection, Trick Room, Imprison. I like this. I think this is obviously a very fast team, like Scarf Groudon, almost full speed Lunala. Definitely need that Imprison entity for this one. It's gonna be great for the Closed Sheet Ladder. Standard Flutter. I think this is actually just the event Flutter from whatever event that was last year. I think Taunt's gonna be good. What I really like is like Flutter Groudon into like other like Flutter-centric games. If you win the speed tie, you icy win them. It's going to drop their speed, be able to break potential sashes if they were to sash Flutter, and then Groudon just comes in hot and like KOs the Flutter and potentially its teammate before they even know what's going on. It's a really cool lead. Hopefully you get that off at least once in this set as well. Other than that, we have a standard like Sunny Day bulky Torn. Torn's probably not going to be brought that much. It's there just to say we can lead it, but I don't think we ever really want to bring Torn. I think in most situations, even if you wanted to like trade Tailwinds with them, you would probably just like, since we have so much AoE, we'd probably just lead Entity and just like Redirection, double KO with like Lunala Expanding Force, and then just like close out with our other mons in the back like Sash Flutter. That'd probably be a better play than just using Torn. But I still think Torn is like, you know, good enough to have in case like you need it. Maybe for like Kyogre matchups, we can utilize this a little bit. Last but not least, we're rocking Specs Chi-Yu. We got a Timid Specs Chi-Yu, that big damage. I also really like the Psychic here. It's good into Koraidon, it's good into Urshi Water. I think it's just a really solid mon. And yeah, I think Groudon deserves a little bit more respect. If we can hit a FISSURE, like, I'm going to be absolutely amazing. Before beginning the games, I just want to remind everyone that we're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers on YouTube before the end of the year. We're at 44,120 or 30, something like that. If you guys can be my +1 sub for the day, I would really appreciate it. Even if we got only like 1 sub a day, I know I'm doing something right as a content creator, trying to make the teams that I think you guys want to see. And I think you guys want to see me like dump truck some Lunalas, some like Terra Shell Terapagoses, and some other really bulky restricted with Choice Scarf FISSURE Groudon. So if that's something you guys think you might want to see in some games and maybe some other teams and stuff like that, just drop a sub on the channel. And without further ado, let's get right into these games. Wish me luck. Here we go. Alright, that's massive TR energy. I think I'm probably need to imprison this. I think I want to save the Groudon in the back. So it's looking to me something like Indeedee and like Chi-Yu slap super hard. I really like this. Disincentivizes a lot of like the Glacial Lance play, makes him have to go into like, I don't know, like Meteor Beams, which we can redirect, or maybe like high horsepowers that we can redirect here. If I'm trying to guess items here, I'm probably thinking it's going to be like Sash Smeargle, maybe like Charcoal or Specs Torkoal, Flame Orb Ursa. I'm guessing that's probably like a Psy Seeds or maybe even like a Goggles Entity, because I think you kind of need Goggles on this team. I'm guessing that's Meteor Beam Dawnwings. So I think if we bring these and just play our cards right, we should have value. Reason why we don't want to lead Lunala in this situation is we don't want to, we have to click Imprison on the first turn, right? Because they're going to be leading with like one of their big restricteds and probably some like Trick Room Setter or Redirect or something like that. And if we have to click Imprison to stop the TR, we can't redirect that first Moongeist Beam. And I don't want to have to flip on my Terra. I think worst case scenario, you make them over-respect Chi-Yu, you lose Chi-Yu, and then you bring out the Lunala safe. You have that Shadow Shield intact. Trick Room's already up, sorry, Imprison's already up, and we're in a really good spot. So, let's just see what we want to get done here. I really think Dawnwings is a very usable mon in this format. And let's just see if we can make this one work. We're all in on Entity. I wouldn't even be surprised if we just like, I think we might terrestrialize our Entity this game, honestly. Because if we can just keep it on the board for like 2 or 3 turns, we're probably just going to win off that. Here we go. Bam. See, it's exactly like what I thought. And so we have the Entity sets the terrain that protects the Chi-Yu from the fake out. We can just go for a fat Dark Pulse if we want. We can go for a humongous Heat Wave too. I don't really think there's a problem with Heat Wave. I'm going to Imprison. And you're going to definitely go for Meteor Beam, I think. And that's okay. I don't really think there's an issue there. Well, what do I want to bring out after this? Because who could I be Dark Pulsing? That's a good question. Heat Wave would melt everything. I think I'm just going to Dark Pulse your Necrozma. That's fine. Awesome. This Mon, whatever it is, no matter what Mon it is on their team, it does not want to eat a Specs Dark Pulse from a Chi-Yu. Torkoal definitely is not want to be eating this. I wonder if they're going to Trick Room Smeargle. Dude, that'd be so tech. Honestly, what if they just powered up my Heat Waves, bro? Let's go. Pop it off. Easy peasy. You can put something to sleep. Like, it doesn't matter. If you put the Entity to sleep, I think that's fine. Spore the Chi-Yu. Cool. Imprison's up. And remember, we have Goggles. So, like, they can't Spore the Entity, which is why this was still a safe play. Imprison comes out. I don't really think there's a problem with just, like, leaving the Chi-Yu in to, like, chill, do whatever. Speed drop and suck. That's the best. That's, like, the best boost ever for them. That's a Spadef boost. Oh, my gosh. That sucks, dude. Literally, talk about never lucky, right? Wow. Man, okay, what do we want to do here? There's no real reason to redirect. I think we just chill. Here, I want to see if Kali Eye comes out. If Kali Eye comes out, that might change the tempo in which I want to play. Yeah, there's the Kali Eye, so I think we have to flip on the Terra. Maybe pivot in our own Kali Eye. We have to Terra our Entity this turn. That's definitely happening. So we Terra Eye, our Terrastalize right there. And I'm just going to stay in. I'll force you to get this KO over the next couple turns. So we're doing this just to resist the Glacial Lance. I don't want them, like, decorating and just, like, one-shotting my Entity. And we want to be able to break that Smeargle Sash, too. I think that's a very, very important thing that can happen here. I wonder what Terra they are on that Kali. I wonder if it's, like, Fire. Let's see it. Spore, yep. They tried to Spore the Entity. We got the Goggles. TY. Goggles guy. Break that Smeargle Sash. Nice. Decent chip on Kali, too, because of the Chi-Yu Shred. There's the Glacial Lance. Awesome. This is all going on according to plan. You see how Chi-Yu's going to get KO'd next turn, but Entity's going to be able to stick around. Spadef getting all these boosts. Double speed drop. Dude, this is actual, like, super garbage. Because, like, all right, you maybe think, like, why do you care? You're not letting the Trick Room go up. But it's like, yeah, but if it does, like, bro, we're so cooked. We're just going to Dazzle here. I wonder what they think that they do here. I wonder if they just follow me and lose the Smeargle. That'd be fine with me. Like, I don't know what their set is. Like, if it's like fake out, follow me, wide guard, Spore, like, you would just follow me here in case I get a one-turn wake up. Terra, cool. Works for me. This Chi-Yu will, like, pop your Kali Eye. So let's see it. Fire? Water. Okay. What are you doing over there? Haha. Water Kali Eye. One of my favorites. There's the wake up. Look at this damage. Absolutely massive damage here. Like, that is significant. Great damage here with the Entity. Decorate. There it is. Cool. So they're going for the big... They could have done that last turn too, right? So it's like, I wanted to talk about that. That was an option last turn. I think they should have done that last turn. I don't think there was a reason why they wouldn't. I don't know if Entity gets KO'd, but I do think we live on the Entity. Yep, the Entity's going to barely live that. And honestly, I think we're in a fine spot. Let me think. Was it right? I don't even think we could have OHKO'd that Smeargle at +4. Finally, defense drop. Groudon's not bad. I think Groudon's better at closing. I'm trying to think. I think Lunala is a great mon here. I'm gonna go Lunala. If you want a wide guard, that's probably fine, because I also have the ability to wide guard. So it looks like I can just click like wide guard Dequeem if I really wanted to. Dequeem's fine. I'm gonna click the. I think I'm gonna see what this Smeargle has its boost into. +4. Wow. Yeah. So I think I'm just gonna click. I think I can get away with like Meteor Beam into your Kali Eye. I think that's a fine looking play. Because I have Groudon in the back. It's fine. You're gonna Spore, right? Ah, that's a mistake for me. I should have followed me. Yeah. Yeah, I took a bad play here. That's a very not good play from me. Why did I do that? What? Of course that was the play for them. Oh well. Great Spore for you here. If you Spore. Are you decorating? That'd be kind of funny. Yeah, and even if we create the Smeargle, like, that doesn't really do anything. That was a good play. I should have just followed me. Why didn't I? I don't know why I didn't do that. Alright, so we haven't lost yet, but we are definitely losing now. The good news about all of this is Groudon's going to be able to come in and actually get, like, value into this. Defense boost. Just kidding, Groudon doesn't have any value anymore. Dude, this Smeargle has got some absolutely, like, pog boosts. Yep, just do that. Honestly, we're going to try to... Well, you can't wake up this turn, but we can wake up, like, next turn or something. I thought they were going to follow me, if anything. That's what I really thought. But yeah, Protect Spore is good there. It forced me to have to play it correctly, and I did not play it correctly. It's my first game of the day. Decent chip there. Alright, so I don't know if you OHKO my Lunala here, but even if you do, I still think I have shots. Yep. 20. Alright, we got slight shots here. Groudon is no slouch. I will tell you that right now. Groudon is no slouch. We got the best move in the game on Groudon. I don't know if anyone told you what it was, but it is actually the move Fissure. And it is what we're going to use here. Unless you get defense drop. Speed drop. Wow. This guy's all over the place. Alright. You guys trust me? You guys trust me to use this? Come on. I think P-Blades is a good play. Alright, so they've shown Decorate. I don't think they have Wide Guard. Decorate, Spore. Like, they can't... I mean, Heat Crash gets that KO. But then I have to wake up. P-Blades gets the KO too. It does. P-Blades gets a double KO here. P-Blades gets to get the KO here. But I want a Fissure so bad. Alright, I'm just gonna P-Blades, dude. If I wake up and I P-Blades, that's GG, right? The right play would be Dazzle, just to make sure if, like, let's see what happens. Wide Guard? You can Wide Guard me, bro. I will let you do it. I gotta click P-Blades. It's just the right play. Let's see if they Wide Guard. Protect Spore again. Hope I miss P-Blades, but it gives me 2 chances to wake up. There's a P-Blades. Yeah, like, I no more messing around, all right? No more messing around. Groudon just gets the KO. This gives me a turn to wake up with my Lunala. And, yeah, there was like 3 turns in that game where I respected your Wide Guard and you never brought it out. You showed the Decorate. I think that's the move that's taken the slot instead of the Wide Guard. So we're fine. We're still asleep here. So we could have woken up that turn. We're probably going to wake up this next turn, I think. And honestly, Groudon has good lines into Necrozma, I think. And what are you going to do? Like Moongeist beam my Groudon? Let's go. P-Blades! And we're at +1 Lunala here. Let's see it. If Lunala wakes up, we win. If Lunala doesn't wake up, we still might win because we get to hit like 2 single target P-Blades because you have to take out the Lunala next turn. Maybe they have like a little bit of AoE, like a Dazzling Gleam or something. Let's see it. But then they're at the mercy of our potential Wide Guard, right? So there's so many different lines here. P-Blades hits. Big Groudon. Oof, does half. And never lucky. Are you Trick Rooming? I'm assuming you're Trick Rooming, not just hitting something, right? Yeah. Okay. So, like, what is the line here? Remember, Necrozma doesn't get Wide Guard like Lunala does. That's one of the differences between the 2 sets. So you can KO my Lunala here and hope that I miss P-Blades. Meteor Beam. Okay, that can miss too. Watch, they're going to miss Meteor Beam and I'm going to miss P-Blades and then, like, I'm going to get crit by Moongeist Beam or something. I don't know. Let's just see it. Let's go. Power Herb, never lucky. I think Groudon can just eat, like, a Moongeist Beam at +1 even if I miss the P-Blades, but we're going to find out. I definitely can't eat a crit one. So, Groudon. Send him. Shadow Realm. Let's go. Groudon never misses. I should have just went Fissure then. If I was going to hit all these moves, bro. Groudon, slot machine, RNG, baby. So we take those wins. Definitely a sloppy game. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I could have definitely played around that Spore a little bit better. If I clicked Follow Me and the damage with Lunala, that would have been the right play. But I was really respectful of the Wide Guard because I think it's such a good move in this format. It seems crazy not to use it on Smeargle. So we stay taking the wins. And yeah, let's go into another game. All right, I really like this. It's Lunala Koraidon versus Lunala Groudon. And they're not going to be expecting my Groudon to be nearly as fast as it is. I think that these two are really good here because we can just taunt the Lunala to stop TR, go for fat P-Blades. We have the Fissure. We have so many good options right here. I think we want to bring our Lunala I think Chi-Yu is good here, but I think they have a lot of single target damage. Like, they can't really Earthquake that well with Ursaluna because all their mons are grounded. Lunala has a little bit of AoE potential with, like, Expanding Force if I set terrain, which I would be. But, like, Koraidon, you know, Brute Bonnet, those are mostly single target mons. So I think you bring the Indity in the last slot. And you bring it back in like, the late game and just, like, activate the Lunala's, you know, ability to use Expanding Force. And that's probably going to get us the win in this situation. That being said, they have a really cool team. I think Brute Bonnet is good. I wonder if that's like Mental Herb Lunala. Like, we are so cooked, bro. Yeah, dude. All right, we're gonna melt this. All right, all we have to do is if we win a speed tie with Flutter Mane, we win the game. Because it's Scarf Chi-Yu. But I'm gonna outspeed their Flutter. All right, we just have to win the speed tie. We just have to win the speed tie. If we win the speed tie, we win the game. You guys ready for this? I'm not even going to Terra. I just know I'm going to win the game. Bruh. Speed tie city. Let's go. Oh, yes. Look at this. So we're going to be able to break potential sashes, get a double drop on that speed, right? And then Groudon outspeeds both of them because we're scarfed. Let's freaking go, bro. And then we miss a P-Blades. Miss on Flutter. Damn. Dude, we were cooking there, though. We were cooking. That Flutter was so gone, dude. They were not expecting Scarf Groudon. Because Groudon normally wouldn't outspeed Flutter Mane to do that. And then they see how they Icy Winded. Like, I think that was Scarf Chi-Yu. And, like, the fact that we won the speed tie let us dictate that play. It sucks we get a speed drop here on our Groudon. But I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't even know if it really was a speed tie. Like, a lot of Flutters aren't really going full speed anymore. Here's Lunala. You're probably going into, like, a wide guard play here, right? So I think the thing that we need to do right here is you just pivot in the Indity, get that terrain, like, ready to go. I'm just going to taunt your Lunala. Like, I don't need to deal with that. Because, like, you also potentially could have, like, wide guard and other stuff like that. And we don't want to bring our Lunala in until we need to. And we want to save that Terra. Here we go. Let's see what you got. If you click Expanding Force, you're at Chad. But I think your Moon Guy's beaming, right? Taunt. I'm not letting you flip a TR on me. Like, I'm not letting that happen. Like, you know I have Scarf Groudon. I'm not letting you put a TR up. Icy Wind's absolutely acceptable. Yeah, I guess you're not TRing here, but, like, this is fine. Literally no biggie. Moon Guy's beaming in Indie. Yes. Perfect. All right, so the last mon they have should be Koraidon, right? If it's not Koraidon, well, if they tried to TR there, that would give us a tell that it's maybe Luna, but it looks like it's Koraidon. So what we're going to do is we're going to just degleam, and we're thinking, like, what other things we need to be doing in this situation? Like, what can you actually do to me? We're now going to be slower than their Flutter because we've taken 2 Icy. I'm gonna just drop a Protect and just trying to, like, sit on this mon just a little bit. Cool, we're getting their Terra off this board. That's so nice. They saw Taunt and Moonblast. I'm surprised they're still Terastallizing here. They're doing it to avoid the Shadow Ball. But, like, there's no way I have Shadow Ball. They showed Icy Wind, right? They showed, or I showed Icy Wind, I showed Taunt. You know that it's Moonblast. That's a waste of a Terra there. They could have probably played that a little bit better. No reason to have Shadow Ball in that situation. And we're doing this just to break Shadow Shield. So this is fine. And the next turn we'll go, like, Redirect. Stick a little bit of damage into their Flutter or something, and then just, like, repin them with our Groudon or something. I vibe with that. Actually, I might Icy Wind. One more. I'm going to Icy Wind. Yep, Moonblast. Cool, Moonblast instead of Degleam. I think that Degleam's a little bit better in those situations. And let's see if they have, like, Lefties Lunala. That might be something obnoxious. Yeah, obnoxious. Okay. Okay, we're going to have to just go follow me. And Icy Wind again. That is obnoxious on that Lunala. Let's see, though. If we can drop their Flutter speed a little bit more, we're going to be able to come and pin it with Groudon. We get to eat that. Special attack drop. No, never lucky. Nice. So now the Lunala is always going to be slower than stuff, too. Flutter is going to be dropped down just a little bit more. And let's see what Lunala does. Moonblast. I'm trying to think what I want to do with Groudon here. I wonder if they have, like, Booster on that Flutter, too. That's, like, another really good question. Do we think they have Booster? They don't have Meteor Beam. Because, like, I could come in and just, like, click Expanding Force here, and I'm not necessarily wrong. And then I save the Groudon for the pin. I don't mind saving the Groudon for the pin, yeah. I think that that's okay. Yeah, this is fine. So the flutter's at -2. My flutter's at -2. If I brought in Groudon there, I think if I like got 50-50 protect baited and just like ate a big damaging attack, that'd be GG's. I think I can just go like that plus like that and get what I want. I can also do something like, I kind of want to just Moonblast. I'm actually going to just protect my flutter. No, I'm not. You pivot out the flutter for Groudon here. Groudon can eat any of the attacks, and you rebring in the flutter and repin their Koraidon. I vibe with that. Oh, wait, you can Icy Wind. I don't particularly care. Groudon doesn't really need the speed at this point. We just need to save our flutter. And if we lose our flutter, like, that would be a GG. Because flutter just pins Koraidon, like, easy peasy. If we can open up a hole for the flutter to pin the Koraidon, we just win. And you shouldn't be able to, like, double tap and remove my Lunala so well that it's, like, not going to work. Wide-Guard. Hey, Wide-Guard's a really good move. So they showed Wide-Guard. I can't believe they actually showed Wide-Guard that turn. That's going to be dicey. I don't particularly like that. Okay. Yeah, that's... So you have lefties. Ah, that's really bad for me. We still outspeed this Flutter main. But that breaks my Shadow Shield, which gives me a lot of problems. So now do I even want to get that Flutter main off the board? I think I have to. I think I do. I think I'm going to go for a Heat Crash into it because I don't want to miss. Are they booster? No. Okay, cool. Bruh. Actually, we can go Meteor Beam there. Did we eat the Icy when we did, right? We're at -1 versus -2 Flutter. I think that we can actually still outspeed that. But that would be game if I mess this up. This is such a hard sell. I want to lock in Fissure I want to use Fissure so bad, bro. This one all outspeeds. Meteor Beam there. Fissure. Let's go. Let's go, Fissure! Boom, boys! Where you looking, huh? Huh? Body, bro. Choice Scarf Fissure cooking. Let's go. I guess I could have Moongeist beamed this Lunala, but I wanted my +1. Or this Flutter. Yeah, that sucks. Getting that speed drop sucks. They KO the Groudon, but it opens up a way for Flutter to hit the board. The only way we lose here is if we miss this Meteor Beam. I should have just Moongeist Beam. I got too caught up on the Fissure sauce. Let's go. Fissure price twice as nice. What you working with over here? Come on, Lunala. Let me get this. I can hit Fissure and miss Meteor Beam. Watch this. Okay, we hit it. Dude, that Fissure's so... Hey, sometimes you just gotta click Fissure, bro. Like, that's the way it works. Fissure kind of busted. And saving the Flutter main was the key to victory, I think. Definitely was. Because we come out and just get the speed into the Koraidon. If there's some sort of weird Choice Scarf Koraidon, they have to go for a tie. They can't Terra. We should have the pin. We knew it was Koraidon. Man, if it wasn't Koraidon, like, oof. That's one of the reasons why we still power, like, Meteor Beamed there, in case, like, it was something that we needed to, like, have a special attack boost for. But we should just be able to flip on, like, D-Gleam and Moonblast and get the W. Dazzling Gleam and Moonblast, baby. Let's go. Perfect. Take those wins up. This guy's like, I can't believe I just lost to, like, Scarf Fissure Groudon. And I'm like, dude, that's Reg I. This is what you signed up for, my guy. All right, a little bit of Shadow Rider Zenta. Dude, the best way to break Zenta is just to hit it with a Fissure, right? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We outspeed everything with Groudon. I think Groudon's actually just a really good lead here. I think we can probably just do like this and just like win. Right, you just Icy Wind, break the Sash. Like, another thing about this, like, let's just talk about it. What are the items on this team? We've been doing this exercise a lot. Where are the items? Like, the POW has to be Sash, which means it's probably a spec Shadow Rider, which means we can probably just, like, Moonblast, P-Blades, KO the Shadow Rider, easy peasy. Thinking, like, the Chi-Yu's probably Scarfed. Or is the Chi-Yu, like, cloaked? That's weird, because, like, the Ursh has to be Scarfed or Sash, too. Maybe that there's no Sash in the POW, but, like, there's, like, 4 Sashmons on this team. I think these are our best lines into it so far. Those are going to be what I'm going with. Do I want the... I think you bring the Entity. I think that Sucker Punch is just too big. They got to bring this. There's something weird about this guy's team. There's something weird. Shadow Rider can be Sash. POW could be Sash. Ursh can be Sash. Chi-Yu could be Sash. I swear, if you Sash a Moongus me, bro, I'm going to hit you in the face as hard as I can with a Fissure, with my Groudon, right? So let's see what they actually have here. I can just Heat Crash whatever I feel like. Zenta? No. Chi-Yu. Okay, you're dead. I win. Ice. Oh, man. This is we're about to slap here. Unless you got that Scarf Shadow Rider, bro. Oh, my gosh. If you got that Scarf Shadow Rider, bro, we can be friends. I can be friends with one Scarf Shadow Rider player in my life. I can be friends with one of them. Just gotta hit her P-Blades. Icy win. Like, easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. P-Blades D's. Gotta hit both the P-Blades and the Icy wins. Let's go. Protect. Okay, it's fine. Just gonna give me your Chi-Yu. Easy peasy, bro. I wonder if they're gonna know that we're scarfed. Okay, and let's go. Just gotta hit a P-Blades. He's probably thinking like, I'm scarfed. I'm still so good. But no, I'm scarfed. And you have a -1. So let's see it. Come on. Let's go. Dude, Groudon busted. I mean, I was hitting Fissures in the last game, man. I know I can hit P-Blades. And so they know that we're scarfed now. Now they know what's up. So who's coming in? What do you do against this? Because you're going to take just a crap ton of damage doing all this. You have wide guard here, right? So the wide guard play is respectable. We have to leave. This is what we bring in because you're probably going to Astral. And I think I just double tap your Shadow Rider with Moonblast. Maybe we're going to go Moonblast this turn, weave in a Protect to make you even a Protect, and then just go like Redirect Moonblast. I vibe with that. We saved the Groudon and rewalk into Fissure. I think the last one's Pow. I don't think they brought Ursh to this matchup. I don't think they brought a Mungus. So let's see it. Show me that wide guard, baby. Oh, he mad. All right, are you going with Terra Shadow? Oh, Zamazenta. Cool, works for me. Fire Terra. Sounds like a job for... I mean, you better be clicking. You better be clicking wide guard, bro, because I just had a P-Blades in your face, bro. There it is. Like, I'm just going to lock in high horsepower when I bring this guy back out. Now he's going to take super effective Fissure damage. Moonblast good damage. We might just Fairy Terra. Astral, we're good. I think we're going to go with... I wonder if they have Snarl. That's like what I'm really worried about is Snarl. I'm going to Protect and Wide Guard. Or sorry, Protect and Deep Wing. Because I'm scouting for Snarl here. And I don't want to have to waste my Terra if I don't have to. So if you Protect with a Shadow Rider, like I think it's good. And like let's say like you Protect Shadow Rider and Snarl, do something like that. And then like next turn you pivot out Shadow Rider for Pow, and I just go with like a KO with Flutter. That'd still be like really good damage. Pollen Puff. You vibing? Like I'm gaming, but like you vibing? Heavy Slam the Flutter? Yep. So next turn we're just gonna KO the Shadow Rider. Or pin the Shadow Rider, redirection, bring out the Groudon, walk in high horsepower. Like, I think that gets the Shadow Rider within range. That could be really bad, though. Oh, is it Citrus? Oh, dude, we are so cooked. I did not expect that. That was not on the bingo card. Did I bring Chi-Yu here? No, I brought Lunala. So I'm gonna go for the Icy Wind. So we're gonna go Follow Me. And just try and get up an Icy Wind so Lunala can actually do something. If you wide guard me, you cannot wide guard and get a double KO this turn. That's the reason why this is good. If you want to wide guard, you only get 1 KO. So let's see what it is. And then you just let me bring in my good mons. Like I will one-shot that Zenta with a Meteor Beam. I will Heat Crash the freaking Shadow Rider or something. Protect, good play. Awesome. So I'm letting you have this entity here. And then I'm going to bring in... I think you bring in the Groudon. I think that, like, what's more damage into Shadow Rider? I think Heat Crash could be... I don't know how heavy Shadow Rider is. It's been a while since I've had to fight one, right? Still have our own Terra up here, too. I think we can just nuke the... This is such a hard sell here. I need to think about this. I might have to pull up a damage calc. How much does Shadow Rider weigh? How heavy is this thing? See, Ice Rider's like 800 pounds. Shadow Rider ain't nothing, bro. He's heavier than this guy, though. So I think that Groudon Heavy Crash, or Heat Crashes takes it. But high horsepower could also just get it for me. I might have to run the calc. Calculator. Alright. So we got Groudon. Let's just do it this one because we're like basically the same set. All right, and then Shadow Rider. Set it like this, so we have high horsepower. All right, we got 37 seconds. I'm still thinking here. So high horsepower versus Heat Crash. So it's a little bit of the same thing. So Heat Crash is more damage. 61 on the low roll. See how much health he has left. I still have to Heat Crash that, which is frustrating. Probably could just FISSURE it, bro. I think I'm going to Heat Crash here. And I think I'm going to actually pivot out my Flutter for Lunala. I think that's actually a really good line. Cool. Nice. Yeah, this should get it. 77 to 92% into the Shadow Rider. And then, like, Groudon's locked into Heat Crash, but I think their last one's POW. So I think we're fine. Nice. So let's see the last mon. If they have a Moongus or something too, like Heat Crash could lock in. So Body Press Groudon, go nuts. Yeah, Flutter wasn't doing anything there. Sunlight Fades, I think we're okay. Meteor Beam should OHKO that Zenta. It would have been really good to get an Icy Wind. That would have been sick. I can't believe they didn't Wide Guard there, by the way. There's the POW. All right, so that's what this guy was thinking with the POW. I think that we're still super fine, though. I think we can just go, like, Heat Crash the POW, flip on that Fairy Terra, and Meteor Beam OHKO this Zenta. I think that's the good line here. They're not... They should know that we're Scarfed. They should know that we're Scarfed. You should know this. It's going to be on the test. We're tearing. We got to hit a Meteor Beam. I think hitting this Meteor Beam is mucho importante. It'd be cool if we outsped their Zenta, but I don't think that we do. So we're going to clock the POW Sash. Hopefully we KO the Zenta. I don't think they double into the... I don't think they can get Lunala off the board. Heat Crash, bad damage. Sash is up. Flutter can pin that thing. Let's see what the Zenta does. Ice will Crash Groudon? Yeah, there's no way you break my... There's no way you break the Lunala from here. And it's a speed tie between Flutter and POW, so you can't Sucker Punch either. We just gotta hit this Meteor Beam. If we miss this Meteor Beam, we're done. And I can't believe we didn't Wide Guard again, bro. I mean, not really. They knew we were Scarfed. We gotta hit this. Meteor Beam, let's go! Big damage, +1. Oh, he's alive! No way! And he's slower than me now. All right, so I think we still have one more turn. Oh, there's no more weirdness. That's like probably game, right? Am I wrong? Let's see. What are you going to do out here? This is quite the turn. How the turntables. I think you have to sucker the Lunala. Right? I think you sucker Lunala. Or sorry, not sucker Lunala. You sucker the... You have to sucker the Flutter. We're going to Moonblast there. And, like, this will get the KO. I'm going to click it. But if they go, like, Icicle Crash my Lunala and Wide Guard, that would be an L. What if I just went, like... No. I think you have to Moonblast there. I'm going to Dazzle. Yep. Sucker, I think Wide Guard would have already happened, right? They're not expecting AoE from Lunala here. They probably thought if they just seal up the Flutter, right? They stop the Icy Wind, and that was the only AoE. But Dazzling Gleam Lunala is the truth. I've been saying it the whole time. It's so good. It lets you have AoE even without NDD. This guy's like, I could have Wide Guarded. That's the best feeling, is when they could have just won. But nah. The mind games were too real. We take those wins all the way to the bank, and we're going to go into one more game with this team because it's so fun to play. All right, this person has a Venomoth. That's really weird. We need to bring Indity. I mean, the reason you use Venomoth is like Sleep Powder, right? So I think I'm going to bring Indity. I'm looking at what else I want to bring here. I'm looking at, like, Chi-Yu, Indity. There's so much single target on their board. You have to do something like this. And then just, like, close Groudon Lunala. I think it's pretty easy. I think Lunala is going to be really, really good into, like, that Koraidon. I think as long as we lead Indity and we just lock out their ability to TR, even if we... We'll see how this works. But I think Chi-Yu's going to be really, really good here. I think as well, like, Chi-Yu could pivot out into Lunala to like block potential collision course or something like that from the Koraidon. I think there's a lot of really fun lines that we can go into here. I don't know what the Venomoth's doing. I don't know what that Venomoth like thinks that it's doing here, but yeah, we're gonna find out. I hope they bring it. It gets like Rage Powder. There's a bunch of cool things that Venomoth gets. It gets Sleep Powder, Rage Powder. It gets like Tinted Lens. Yeah, let's see. Are they just gonna go like I've seen people use Venonat. I think Venonat is actually a little bit better than Venomoth because it's so slow. So when you go into Trick Room, it can actually just like Sleep Powder things really quick. I wonder if that would be a better play here. But this guy has like double redirection, Trick Room, good restricteds. Like it would be rough to beat this guy if they wanted to go like double redirection Terapagos. But that being said, I think that Groudon is really, really good here. So I think Groudon's going to be able to get this one. We might have to Fissure a Terapagos. Fissures are get out of jail free card. And we're 1 for 1 for Fissures today. So let me know if you guys want to see more Fissure in the comments. But yeah, let's see. Fissure's good if we're really behind. So here we go. Urshifu and Koraidon. Big damage off the rip. Whoa. Man, I could have just led with Lunala and just like won the game. It's like, what? Alright, so there's probably Sash on that Ursh, right? I think that this is fine. I'm just going to go redirection. Like, I don't really think that there's an issue with that. I want to see if it's Scarf Ursh too. We're going to know at the end of this turn. What's funny is like this, I think, KOs that Ursh. I'm cooking. Oh, I'm cooking. Let's go. Let's cook. This makes it so if you KO my Indeedee with like a Flare Blitz or something, this would make it so the Ursh wouldn't KO my Chi-Yu, I don't think, with like a close combat. And we're going to stick that damage. We're just going to bring the Groudon because they're going to be softened up and then P-Blade's pin. Here we go. Let's go. Big damage. Chi-Yu specs Chi-Yu. Timid. So we actually do outspeed. We outspeed both. Okay. You got that full bulk Koraidon? Mini burners, bro. That's nutty, dude. That damage is nuts. And of course we get the big burn. Oh, yes. Yes, please and thank you. Close combat. Not gonna do it. That's a crit. Hey, you know what? You're like, wow, I got so lucky I got burned, bro. You just crit me. You just crit me, bro. U-turn. Close combat. Double CC, baby. Oh my gosh. So if Chi-Yu's fast enough to outspeed. You know who else is fast enough to outspeed? All of my other mons. I'm about to throw this Fissure out, bro. I'm about to do it. Fissure price twice as nice. Let me think about it. You got Porygon in the back. That means that it's better to bring out the Groudon. It is. They just saved the Lunala for the very end. Because I don't want to go for like a Moongeist Beam or something and have them like pivot in like Porygon or something. That'd be really bad. We know we outspeed. Just break it. And we also don't want them doing anything. No, we don't really care what they do. I win. I win. I just got to hit. I got to hit 2 moves. P-Blades. Of course I get the big miss. Of course. All right, Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu, you got 1 job, homie. You got 1 job. 1. We got it. I didn't want to send it to Lunala because, like, I think that Koraidon actually can't be slower than, like, Lunala. We're, like, a modest Lunala. We have 1 speed faster than, like, Adam and Ursh. So, like, that's why I was like, I gotta send out the Groudon. But, let's see what the last 2 mons are in the back. There is not really a world where the Terapagos wants to eat P-Blades and Heat Wave. Porygon doesn't want to eat that. Terapagos doesn't want to eat that. He can definitely click the Terapagos button on. As long as I hit my 2 moves, I'm gonna melt these 2 Pokemon. Look at this. Oh, do you want to see something really pretty? Or what are you tracing? Beads of Ruin. Oh, that sucks. That means that, like, they don't take the Beads of Ruin damage. Oh, that's really bad. That's really bad. They don't take the boosted damage because they traced it. That sucks. That's unlucky. I mean, we're stuck right here. We're gaming. All right, so P-Blades, of course. Let's go. We hit the Terapagos. I was wondering if they were going to protect the Terapagos in TR. That would have sucked. But big damage here. Woo! Terapagos going down for the count, though. 1, 2, 3. Eyes on me. We crit the Terapagos, baby. Chi-Yu! Let's go. Chi-Yu busted. Oh, my gosh. Look at this damage. Oh, my gosh. You should have terrestrialized that Terapagos to take away the power of the sun. See, the Chi-Yu didn't get the Beads of Ruin damage drop into the Porygon, or the damage mitigation, but the sun was still there. So, like, Specs Chi-Yu still way too strong. That's one of the things I like about this team is, like, if your team's not really, like, ready, my team, Chi-Yu just rolls it. Like, we played a lot of games with the Lunala and the Flutter Mane. We played a bunch of games with, like, Groudon using the Fissure, but you can just kind of lead, like, Redirection Chi-Yu and just, like, send it. It's really a good mix-up for, like, Game 2 if you like those sort of mix-ups, but, yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this team, think about checking out the Patreon. There's going to be a link to it in the description of this video. We have the team fixing going up on Patreon. All of my rentals go up on Patreon. So if you guys have been liking the content we've been making pretty recently, think about checking out the Patreon. We're hosting tournaments. There's the Patreon like help tab in the Discord for Patreon members only. Bunch of cool stuff's coming your way, as well as some tier lists and some other Patreon exclusive content. So think about checking out the Patreon. Even for the low price of $2 a month, I don't think you can beat that anywhere else in terms of like VGC, just sheer amount of content. There's like literally thousands of teams going back almost a decade on the Patreon for, you know, a bunch of the other times we've had double restricted formats as well. So if you want to see my Groudon teams from 2019, I think there's even from 2016 Groudon teams, or like Kyogre teams, or a bunch of other weird restricteds, that's going to all be up on the Patreon as well. Last other thing is, think about dropping a sub on the channel. If you got this far into the video, you like the content, you want to support, you don't want to support on the Patreon for the $2 a month, you can just drop a sub on the channel if you got this far. You can go tell your mom or your dad, or your grandma, or your uncle, or your aunt, drop a sub on the channel. We're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers, right? We're at 44,000, like 130 something right now. We're trying to get to 50,000 before the end of the year. We're making daily VGC content, doing our absolute best to make the fun Reg I stuff that I think you guys want to see. So if you guys like these little anti-meta takes and like weird teams that we use that feature like pretty standard mons used in like weird ways like Scarf, Fissure, Groudon, the best way to do that is to just drop a sub on the YouTube channel. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you guys next time.